Your greatest asset isn't how much money you have or your house, it's you. You matter. And you're awesome. Don't fight with us on this. Ask your friends. Visit BetterHelp.com/lovehour and take care of your number one with some online therapy because you deserve to invest in your greatest asset, you. Again, visit BetterHelp.com/lovehour and take care of your greatest asset. And now let's get to the episode. In honor of Tabitha Brown's new book, Feeding the Soul, being released this week, we have decided to do a playback of our episode with Tabitha and Chance Brown. Enjoy. Hello, everybody. Welcome to...
No. Hello there. You thought I forgot about you. I did not. This is the Love Hour. This is Tab and Chance. I'm Kevin. This is Melissa. You know what?
Tab and Kev, but I'm Kevin, Melissa.
Help everybody. You gotta take care of yourself. You've been ripping and running and trying to and listen, a car with no oil don't run.
You wanna lock the motor up? No oil in it and see what happened to you, okay?
Okay, I'm done, Liz.
That was great. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the Love Hour podcast. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on our video. The Love Hour podcast is hosted by Kevin and myself, where we talk about life, love, the pursuit of happiness, and we just share some of our struggles and, real life things that be going on. And sometimes we have awesome, amazing guests. And today is no different. Here with us today, we have Tabitha and Chance Brown.
Hey, yo.
And Kevin, introduction to them. We are so excited. You guys have overwhelmingly put in requests for me to have them on the podcast. So I am so ecstatic that Tab was like, girl, yeah, here's my phone number. Like, let's go ahead and get it popping. Like, immediately. So I was so excited. And this is going to be just a real chill, get to know you type of, conversation. So for those of you who may be unfamiliar, which I do not know how, but let's say by happenstance, you've just been living under a rock and you are unfamiliar with Tab and Chance, can you guys please do an introduction?
I am Tabitha Brown. It's my husband, Chance. I am an actress and a vegan food influencer on social media. We do Fridays with Tab and Chance.
Yeah. Do the song.
Sometimes I get to participate.
Don't do me like that, babe. We got company.
I'm sure they know how.
You gotta hit him with the Friday. See, he won't let me be great when we do the intro. You see, I be
you be in
it. Friday. This is right here. This is Bobby Brown. She don't know how to do no routine.
I be trying to tell him, get in where you fit in.
Man.
You not my problem. You gotta get in there.
That's so true. That's hilarious.
Cane right here. She just follow the routine.
I was watching one of the videos and he was like, you always trying to do extra.
But you see how he be tapping on, he get to do the
music. That's exactly what he was doing.
He do the music. Why I can't be the you dance and stuff.
Hey, so if you've been watching, you know I'm a big 5 Heartbeats fan. Hey, I'm like Duck. It's the music. I gotta do
messing with my music, man. They messing with my music.
You gotta have a talent.
Yeah.
I'm out there like, I'm
hey, Eddie always late and Eddie always late.
My daddy named Eddie, so it's in my blood.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was great. So like I said, we are just really going to have a low key conversation and get to know you guys, who you guys are behind, Fridays with Tab and Chance. So, I mean, obviously you guys have so much chemistry and dynamics. So how long have y'all been married? And what's your love story? Tell us all the juice.
Well, we've been together for 22 years, married for 17.
I'm glad she said it first.
I was going to
messing that up.
Yeah, I was going to let you do it, but then I ain't want us to become unbenefited in front of the world.
Listen, we're the same though.
We grew up together. I've known Chance since fifth grade.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I've known him since 5th grade. Same hometown, but We just didn't go to the same elementary, but we caught up in middle school. Yeah. And he was my boyfriend actually in 8th grade.
Aww.
Yes. And
yeah. Tell them the whole story. Go ahead.
Where did you grow up at before you tell the story?
Eden, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
Eden, North Carolina.
Very, very small.
Yeah,
city.
very small town.
Probably,
small city.
I think it's still today. I think it's like 27,000.
Which is a lot now.
Okay.
One high school.
Yeah, one high school, one junior high school, and back then it was one middle school. But yeah, so we was
You say back then, it made me feel old.
you up there, babe. You getting there. But we were boyfriend and girlfriend in 8th grade. He was, my first real little boyfriend.
Aww.
And I know. See, that's how
it's sweet. Get to the 8th grade. She all oohing now. Go get
what happened was my sister Tasha, she's 6 years older than me, right? Okay. So she came to me right at the,
check this out, kid.
Towards the good part. Towards the end of the school year, she came to me and she said, "Girl, there's a whole bunch of boys over there at the high school. You don't want no boyfriend when you go over there." I was like, "Oh, really?" She was like, "Yeah, you don't want no boyfriend." So I told Chance, I said, "Hey, listen, my sister said it's a lot of boys over there." I didn't lie. I said, and so we're going to have to break up because I got to go over there and see what's going on,
Oh, Tab! Tab, why you do my boy like that? Don't do my boy. Don't do my boy. He didn't even have a chance. No pun intended. You didn't even talk to him. You was just like, "Hey, man, listen, you middle school boyfriend. I'm going to high school now."
Hey. I just told him that's what my sister said. She been wrong about a lot in life. And we got over there and won't nobody over there, really. But he was so mad at me. He wouldn't even talk to me. He wouldn't even
he was hurt.
Rightfully so. He should have been madder at you. I'm surprised he ever married you. I would have never forgave you. Never. You want to be alone. Alone, you hear me?
I knew you was my man.
But I told the truth, though. I told the truth.
You came in there with a script.
Sometimes we need to be lied to. The truth hurt. Lie to me. Don't tell me the truth.
And all these years, she think because she told the truth, that's supposed to give her some points.
So, I would see him in school and stuff, and when he would walk by me, I'd be like, "Hey, Chance, he honey." You know how Bernie Mac used to. Honey, he would roll his eyes hard at me, honey, would not speak to me. Mm-hmm. But I would always get this little pain in my stomach when I would see him. It would just be this pain. He said it was guilt.
I was about to say that too. It may have been guilt, though.
That was gas.
But I would always get it. It would just be this little thing in my stomach. And I remember in 10th grade, because Chance played basketball, I was at a basketball game. Me and my mom was sitting in the bleachers, and he was hugged up with his girlfriend over in the pool. And I remember looking, and I was like, "Ugh." My mama was like, "I don't know what you're doing that for." I was like, "What?" She was like, "I'm going to tell you what's going to happen." I said, "What?" She was like, "That little girl going to get pregnant. She's going to have a baby, but that's your husband." I said, "Oh, well, you don't know me very well, Mama." First of all, I ain't gonna date no man with no kids. Okay, I'm 15. That's how I'm supposed to think, right? And she said, "I'm just telling you." I was like, "That's stupid." And so then senior year, we started to kind of become friends again. He needed help with a project.
Yeah, that man gave you were in punishment for 3 years.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10, that's 4.
Hey, 4. The only reason I talked to her, I needed to finish my senior project. That was it. She good. She could type a little bit.
He used me.
He did too. I know who helped me with this.
On our graduation day, my mama said, "Go get Chance, bring him over here. I want to take a picture of both of y'all in your cap and gown. I'm gonna use this at your wedding." I was like, "Mama, why are you saying that?"
Mama had a conviction about this.
Your mom was a prophet.
Yes.
Yeah, really, she was. Really.
And I was like, "Mama, please," but she was like, "Go on over there and get him."
And what? Lil was what? 1?
Lil was 1. Yeah, she was.
My daughter was 1 at the time.
Oh, you already had the baby, Chance. You had the baby. In high school, you had the baby.
my mother-in-law was a prophet for real. Yeah.
Oh, you can't even get mad at he had the baby. That was God's plan. You got to go through some things. You understand me? Now, had you not pushed him away in 8th grade, you wouldn't have had. Oh, watch this. Y'all don't hear me, huh? You pushed away your blessing, and it came back with another baby.
Listen, literally, she told me go get Chance. I ain't tell him, of course. I was like, Mama want a picture of us in our cap and gown, and he was like, oh, okay. So we took the picture, and then
I figured it was the least she could do. That she was the reason I graduated. I did, man. I did a good project. And so then, Chance was going to college in Raleigh and St. Aug, and I was, going to college in Miami in Florida. And there was my girlfriend had a going away party because everybody was leaving the town, going to college. Mm-hmm. I saw him there, and in my mind, I really thought when I left to go to Miami, in my mind was I ain't ever coming back. I'm done with this small town. I ain't never coming back. I gotta go. I'm just bigger. My mind just had all these dreams, and I just thought I ain't never gonna, be able to live back in my hometown. And when I saw him at the party, I had this breakdown, almost like, dang, this is the last time I'm gonna ever see him. That was my friend. That was my boyfriend. Hey, Kev, I was looking good too. I was trying to rub it in, I'm about to go to college. I'm about to go to the pros. Y'all don't know nothing about me. I ain't gonna see me no more. That's really good.
I gave him a hug, and something inside of me broke. I remember I cried like hard, like, man.
She did. She did the ugly cry.
I know Chance was in heaven. You're sad, huh? Yeah. Sucks to be you. I know I'm looking good. Yeah.
And so, I said my goodbyes to everybody, and everybody was outside. Even my friends was like, "Girl, why are you crying?" I was like, "Oh,
that's so sweet,
though." And so I went on to college down in Miami. Was there living my best life, honey. Just
having a good old time.
Miami, coming out of a small town. First of all, I was culture shock when I got there. I was like, what are these black people that don't speak English?
She like, hello there. They're like, ¿Cómo está? She like, whoa. You Dominican or something?
Yeah. And so I had been there for a little while, a couple months, and I woke up one night about 2 a.m, and he was the only person I could think about. Wow. And I thought, what in the world is this? And so I started replaying all these thoughts of every time I would see him, I'd have that pain and all the different thoughts that I had, maybe even what my mama said, could it be true? Then I even thought of like, why did I get so emotional when I said goodbye to him? And then I just started thinking, I was like, maybe I'm in love with him.
This is a movie.
It is a movie.
And so my best friend and his best friend both were in college at Howard. Mm-hmm. So it's literally 2:30 in the morning. I call my best friend, wake her up. Girl, it's an emergency. I got to get Al's number so I can get Chance's number. It's an emergency. Get his number about 3 o'clock or so. Call his dorm over and over until somebody answered to about 4 o'clock. I was like, it's an emergency. I need to speak to Chance Brown. So he get on the phone and I say, listen, you ain't got to say nothing, this Tab, but I think I'm in love with you. So I started telling him all these things that I just said. I had, when I was seeing you, I had this pain. And when I, left you, said goodbye to you, I broke down. All these things, I don't know, but I think I'm in love with you. And if you don't think that I'm crazy, call me back tomorrow.
This was a message.
Yeah.
On the phone.
She had me on the phone at almost 4 a.m.
I thought it was a voicemail. I like, it was Alicia Keys. Like, I see you over there with your daughter or whatever. I always put a little extra milk in your hot chocolate. That's probably why my stomach was hurt, because I was lactose. I shouldn't be drinking hot chocolate. Anyway, if you
I like the sound though.
But Kev, it might as well be him, because it was crickets on the other line. He said nothing.
Hey, brother, I was still holding the grudge like that.
Affect your love so I can just sit here and listen.
Okay.
Yeah. She said, she said, do you know who this is? She did all this talking.
And then ended it with.
Because it was dead silence. I was just sitting there. At first, I'm irritated, like, man, it's 4 a.m.
And I said it was an emergency.
And this is an emergency. Look, and the other guys in the dorm, because we shared a dorm at
Oh yeah.
Phone. So everybody looking at me like, bruh, it's 4 a.m.
I'm sitting there.
Wrap it up, B.
Emergency.
So she gonna say, "Do you know who this is?" So I did a long dramatic pause.
Trying to play me something. It's Tab, right?
Yeah, it's Tab.
Right? You know it's me. You know it's me.
Hey, that thing hurt in the 8th grade, man. That thing hurt.
You gotta let that thing go.
All right, we're taking a break from this episode to talk about, listen, we've talked about the struggles and the high points in our life with Tab and Chance, but we all remember a time, child, in the not so distant past when our checking account balance was low, and more than low, it was negative, honey. And you know what happens when your account goes negative? The bank then hits you with an overdraft fee. First of all, if I ain't got no money, why you gonna charge me money for not having money? Somebody make it make sense. And Chime came in and did just that. Chime is an award-winning app and debit card that has saved its members more than $10 billion in overdraft fees with Spot Me fee-free overdraft. You know Spot Me when you got a friend. You're like, hey, yo, can you spot me? Chime is here to be like, yeah, girl, I got you. No worries. Eligible members can overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals with absolutely no fees. Child, they're willing to spot you. $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals with absolutely no fees. Thank you, Chime. Now, you deserve to have financial peace of mind. Join the millions of Americans already loving Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started today at chime.com/love. That's chime.com/love. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. Limits start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. Chime member overdraft fee savings based on eligible members' use of Spot Me versus the $33 average overdraft fee. Overdraft fee data based on bank rate checking account survey and CRL June 2020 overdraft fees report.
Okay, Chance. Now, what you did after she finished talking?
That was it. I said, she said, when I told her, I said, yeah, this is Tab, right? She said, yeah, you know, she started to talk a little bit more, and she said, well, don't say nothing, don't make a decision, don't, you know, and all. I'm sitting there like,
just think about what I said.
and
how did you resist? Because Tab has such a sultry, sweet voice, and you so still was Stone Cold Steve Austin with the nice voice?
Man, listen, in the 8th grade.
You can't never.
It all goes back to 8th grade.
Hey, I thought I was the man in the 8th grade.
You know, he had never dealt with rejection.
I had never dealt with it.
In his 14 years of life.
You know? I was like,
and then, you know, I had to give it to him real, sir. You ain't all that. Okay, there's a lot of boys over there.
At the high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
But listen, he got me so good because I said all this. I spilled my heart out on the phone, you know? And I said, you know, if you don't think I'm crazy, call me back tomorrow at this number, you know? And he said, all right, and hung up. And so all day, now mind you, I'm in Miami.
Click.
My roommate speaks Spanish only, right? I had 4 roommates. They all spoke Spanish, but the one who lived in the room with me and shared the phone with me, she spoke no English.
Okay.
I had left to go to class, and I came back, and I was like, Anna, anybody call for me? She said, no. I said, no, listen. Did somebody call for me today? She said, no. I said, oh my God. You know, we had no call ID on the phone. And I just missed the call. I was like, are you sure? She was like, no. I was like, oh my God. So I sat in the house all day, waiting. And about 5:30, my phone rang. And you know, it didn't even ring all the way because I picked it up real quick. It was like, you know. And I was like, hello. He was like, did you really call me at 4? I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, man, you crazy. You said that because crazy for me is a compliment. I knew
I am. Thank you.
God, you called me crazy. You
Hey,
know?
look, but what she don't know is what that day was like for me.
Please tell us.
It got to me. I had loved this woman since the 8th grade. I just my feelings, you know how it is, Kev. You know,
yeah.
I just, I can hold on to a grudge now.
Well, I see.
And I had went through some life changes. Brother had a baby and all that during that period.
Right.
So during that day, after she called me, man, I didn't go to one class. I had to consult with one of my closest friends, and I listened to it. That's when Wu-Tang was out. I went from listening to Wu-Tang to a little Donnell Jones. I'm going through a range of emotions.
Where I want to be, sweet apple, sweet apple, sweet. I don't know. Okay, I'm going.
I'm like, man, I had a little girl friend thing that I had already started messing with at college, and I'm like, she just thinks she could just come in and out of my life. I push play on that Wu-Tang a little bit. That's when Master P was popping off too. I'm going from hardcore.
No Limit Soldier.
No Limit Soldier.
I told you.
Chance was listening to No Limit crying like, I'm a No Limit Soldier. I thought I told you.
Then I'm listening to that. Hey, listen, little John B, little Donnell Jones. So I had to go through.
Shuffle was all over the place.
All over the place.
Hardcore rap, R&B. Hardcore rap, R&B.
All over the place, man. So then finally I said, listen, I consulted with one of my boys, and he was like, yeah, you a sucker.
That was time.
Yeah, that was time. He was like, yeah, you need to go ahead and stop doing all this and go and call that girl, man.
Oh, man.
And I called her, but I still tried to play it tough when I called her. It's like, yeah, I wasn't going to call you. But what else you got to say?
Like I done said what I said. And so then we were like, because I'm still in Miami, and I was like, when I come home, like we agreed that we would just meet and talk and see what would happen. And it was homecoming. We went home, it was homecoming. We saw each other, and it didn't really click.
What? After all that?
This story just keeps taking turns and turns.
It's so emotional right now.
Hey, so Kev, what she do to me again?
No, it ain't.
No, you did not, Tab. You better not. You better not. He can't take no more, Tab. He done been through this for 6 years at this point. You better not.
No.
Say I'm going to graduate school, another college. Another college.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was.
No,
Yeah,
first of all, he had a little girl, a little somebody on the side, okay? So we connected, but it just didn't feel, I was like, maybe I was tripping. Maybe, I don't know.
See how she do it, bro? See
maybe I was lusting for him. I don't know. So
that was a heartbreaker, bro. She done pulled you right back in and stomped on your heart again.
It was a yo-yo.
He stopped calling me. We both were mutually like, yeah, maybe we was tripping it. Maybe, we
Wow.
No, I came in with it. I came in with my guard up this time.
yeah,
I'm bobbing
You
and
ain't gonna
waiting.
get me twice.
Yeah,
right.
This is for you, little Chance. I couldn't take care of you in 8th grade, but I got you now.
yeah.
You know how many chocolate milks I cried into because of you?
I got a little bit more life experience now. You ain't gonna listen.
So we didn't talk after that. That was like November, and so we didn't talk anymore. We didn't call each other. We didn't talk.
Wow.
And then spring break came, and I was home, and I was riding, doing my little ride through the, our city, which ain't but a town, right?
Yeah.
Doing my rounds, and I rode by a common street that's right down the street from his house, and one of his best friends was outside, Kevin. I was like, Kevin, what's up? Pull up. What up? What's up?
Everybody loves Kevin. Kevin is always a good part of the story.
Yeah.
Right, he the connector. And he said, man, what's up? I'm about to walk over here to Chance's house, give me a ride. And he said, Chance, that thing came back.
That's guilt for
No.
You bold.
And so I said, okay, I'll give you a ride over there. And now, mind you, I hadn't seen him since that last November. And I pulled into the driveway. He came out. When I think he realized it was my car when I pulled up. So, you know, he tried to like post up on the top of the porch. Like, you know how you
just take his shirt off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let me just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I've been lifted. Oh, you was here? I didn't even know. My bad. I was just.
When he did that, my stomach started turning and stuff, and I was like, oh man. I was like, hey, Chan.
Hey, look, my boy got on the phone real quick, Kev did, and he said, hey, Tad about to bring me to your house. I said, who?
He set you up.
I said, oh, all right, click. You know,
See, you ain't
that came out the house like,
Oh, you know this whole thing.
Oh, these 360 waves.
Yeah, I just happened to be outside with my hand on the rail when they pulled in.
Yeah, leaning into it too.
You know,
right?
Like Tommy Hilfiger cologne, DKNY.
Hey, you know, you gotta put a little cologne on, knock out about 25 push-ups.
And when I seen him, I was like, you know, we just started talking, and literally from that day, we have been together ever since.
Y'all, now this is a good story because sometimes you want people want it to be storybook the whole way, you know, and marriage isn't like that. Like, and so me and Melissa have been together a long time as well. And people always, oh, so cute, so cute. But the longer you are together, the more likely you have some peaks and valleys. Yeah. You don't get to 20 years together, 17 years married. Like, every year is not perfect and cotton candy and cake. Some of them years are tough. Some of them months are tough, you know. So I love to hear those stories that are like, feel like storybook, but, you know, the end is good. But sometimes the middle get a little bit rocky, you know.
We still up in there.
That was so freaking great.
This was a Tyler Perry movie.
It really was.
It's fantastic, man. I was on an emotional roller coaster. Tab, it didn't work out. What? Are you crazy? I felt like the end of the Avengers when Thanos snapped. I was like, they really died. People really died, and the movie is over. I was just sitting there looking at the screen like, what happened now?
Yeah.
It's a true story.
Hey,
I mean, you
100%.
know, we got together and this what did it, because he was on spring break. I had quit college, right? I had decided I'm going on a different path, so I was home, and he didn't have no way back to school. It was like a 2-hour drive, and I said, I'll take you. And that made his mama look at me like, you gonna take him back to school?
Yeah.
So I don't have to? She's the one. She's the one.
Melissa mom and them used to make me take her back to school too. As soon as I got my first car, they was like, take her back. I was like, this car don't even go good. I literally had bought it the day before. They was like, take her back. Like, this is your daughter. Take her back. I said, if you love her, and pick her up and bring her. From the first day I got that car, I took her back and forth to school.
For 4 years.
No gas money. Ain't nobody chipping on nothing. I'm talking about y'all ain't even gave me $5. Nothing. Take her back.
I would go take him, come pick him up, anything. I mean, we went through so many things together at 19 years old.
19.
Yes. You know, we were 19 and we were doing things like, you know, real grown folk can't handle today, you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we moved to California the first time when we were 19. I moved to Orange County in 98 after I quit school, and because I was going to school for fashion design.
Mm-hmm.
And again, something woke me up, and I called my dad and said, Dad, I'm down here wasting your money. You need to come on and get me. And my dad literally was like, all right, I get off on Friday. I'll be down there Saturday morning because it's like a 13-hour drive. And so I was trying to figure out how to pursue this acting thing. And so I had got accepted to the college in Chicago, but didn't have no financial aid, so couldn't go. So I was like, I'm going to California, Chance. I'm just going to go, and I'm going to go make it. And so he was still in school, but was thinking about going to the military. And I was like, you don't want to go to no military. So we got into an argument about that. But I was like, well, I'm going to California, and I'm going to go make it in Hollywood. And so after this, how quick his mind changed, right? We both was crying at the airport as I was leaving. When I got to my layover in Chicago to call him. He was like, I'm gonna move out there with you.
Chance, you a sucker, man. You still a sucker, man. Your boy ain't tell you a lie, Chance. But we all suckers to the women we love. They bring the sucker out of her. You be hard to everybody else, but she be like, man, I'm moving. I love you. I love California. I love California raisins. I love avocados. I like berries, oranges. I like a whole county of oranges. I would love to be there. I love oranges.
Right. And that's funny you said that because that's where I was in Orange County, nowhere near LA. My mama had somebody out there that said I could come stay. I thought I was going to Hollywood, and I was in Laguna, Niguel.
Far.
At 19, working 2 jobs, paying the majority of the latest bills. And I didn't know no better, right?
Yeah.
And it was 3 months later because first he was like, okay, I'm gonna go to community college over here while he over there. And during that time, it was when you was working at the mill or you hadn't got a job when I paid the child support and stuff?
I was doing real work. And that was before. Yeah, you're right. It was before I got a job when you was doing that.
Because he had a baby, right? So I'm working 2 jobs and living out here trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He was having some hard times trying to figure things out. So, but he had this baby, he had to pay child support. So I was paying his child support.
Oh, you was in it.
And I paid his tuition so he can go to community college. I was like, look,
see that kid?
We're not gonna stop the dream.
That's what she owe you for 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, senior year, freshman year. That's back child support for you. We wouldn't have never had to go through that. It wasn't for you, Tab. You need to own your part of this.
Why it sound like y'all done had the conversation?
Me and Chance on the same wavelength. You understand me? We getting you. We kindred spirits out here.
Literally, but you see, we were doing this at 19.
Yes.
Right at 19, this is what we were doing. And so then it just became too much. And 3 months later, he had got a little job and he was saving his money, and then he flew out to California to stay with me. When he got here, he was like, hey, babe, this is crazy. This lady taking all your money.
Yeah.
And you're not in Hollywood. You ain't doing no acting.
Yeah.
You need to move back to North Carolina, save up for 1 year, then move to LA so you can really pursue your thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, that makes sense. And so we drove cross country.
Wow.
And I had a little Saturn I had bought. I was leasing it. I still owe money on those miles. But
that Saturn ain't even a company no more. The OCEO looking on TikTok like, you owe me for that. You over here making delicious vegan meals and you ain't pay that Saturn off.
No. And so I never forget we drove cross country because I had convinced Chance to grow his hair out because I was I was like I was Erykah Badu and Lauryn Hill back already, okay? So I was like, you need to grow your hair out and get some dreads. But until then, we're going to braid it up. So me and him both had our cornrows driving cross country.
19 years old, driving across 40, going through Oklahoma.
Ooh.
Man, we stopped at a McDonald's. Oh, my God.
They called the sheriff.
Listen,
y'all was looking strange in Oklahoma.
They thought this was set it off. They was like, nope, I seen the little movie. That's Frio, right?
That we had McDonald's gift cards that our little job had gave us for going away gift. They was like, y'all take this and you eat on your drive. So we was like, we got a McDonald's gift cards. That's when they was paper.
Yeah.
Little certificates. And when we pulled up, we walked in. It's like the music stopped. It was like,
it was exactly like those movies when you see it and people laugh at it. I don't find humor in that stuff these days.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I remember I was awakened. There was a moment in my life that I'll never forget. I walked in there, and it literally, the mood changed.
It's like you could hear a pin drop.
The mood changed, and I was like,
we started looking around, and then we seen the sheriff pulling up. We was like, oh, we ain't gonna eat at this McDonald's.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Hey.
It was ooh.
Hey, but finish that.
But anywho, that's one of our moments. And so, we get back to North Carolina. The goal was 1 year to stay and save up money. The 1 year turned into 5 years, a baby, a house, and cars, and new responsibilities.
Yeah.
And really, for me, a forgotten dream. I thought now I got all these responsibilities. I ain't gonna be able to pursue acting anymore.
Right.
And Chance was into music, and so he had built a studio in our house, and you know, we were doing good in North Carolina. But I woke up one morning, something had shook my bed, and like an earthquake in the bedroom. It like shook my bed, and when I woke up, I felt like my skin was burning. And I heard a voice that sounded like thunder, and it said, "This is not the life I planned for you."
Wow.
And I got scared, and I got on my knees. I said, "Now, Lord, if this is you talking to me, I need you to show me a sign today.
Yeah, make it plain."
Like, yeah, I'm about to go to the crazy house and just surrender myself.
Yeah.
Right.
And, I told Chance what happened, and Chance was like, "Oh, okay."
Take your Tylenol. Don't make sense.
Right. I'm telling you, I heard this voice, but I asked him to show me a sign today. And so we later that day was going to the mall, and on the radio, Buster Brown, who's the DJ, came on and was like, "I got this new TV show on the WB network, and I'm holding auditions looking for a female co-host." In our town, nobody having no auditions. I went crazy in the car. I was like, "That's my sign, you know, that's it."
That's it.
I ended up going to that audition, and I booked it. And so that's what got me dreaming again. Here I hosted and started doing theater again, started doing film. And then I went to Chance. I said, "Babe, now it's time for us to move to LA." He was like, "No."
Hey, Kev, you see what hey, bro. See what I'm living with here?
Man, I'm actually the tab.
I was about to say.
Chance, I gotta let you go now. I am
what?
Now I'm the tab in the team. This.
I was just about to say.
Now you gotta talk to Melissa. I just dropped you off too. Like, yeah, forget you, Chance. Now, what the Lord said to you?
Even when she said you were like, "Let's go back and save some money," that's my plan.
Oh, that's Melissa all day.
Oh, we are flourishing. We have planted roots. We bought a house. We are making money. We have children. Why would we pick up and leave and go to LA?
And that's the crazy thing. And I want to hear the rest of this as well. It makes so much more sense at 19 and like, oh, we're young, we're crazy. The older you get and you got kids in school and a mortgage, it is hard because now people looking at you crazy, and kind of rightfully so, because people don't do that. Like, there's a certain time in your life you do that, and even then it don't make sense. But then you got stuff. When we were coming down here, people was like, "Y'all leaving Boeing?" Boeing. Both y'all work at Boeing. Your kids are in private school. You own a home. You know, what, are y'all crazy? Black people don't work at Boeing to go, and y'all ain't got no jobs in LA? Like, I mean, it was crazy. And I think we was a little crazy. You got to have crazy faith. Shout out to Mike Codd. In order to even be in this industry,
one of you got to be crazy, and the other one has got to be sane. That's how I look at it.
Listen, that actually is completely correct. Because I ain't going to hold you, Chance. I was like, when we moved from Washington, let's just let our house go to foreclosure. She was like, but we could rent it. I was like, oh, yeah, we could rent it. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Anything there.
And that was like me when we got back. We supposed to be saving money. I was like, I'm just not going to pay the credit card so we can save money to get back to the
I mean, you said save money. We saving money.
I told you I still owe on the lease mile. I still owe for the mile.
But look at me now, though.
Look at me now, though. I'm getting paper.
It'll fall off in 7 years. It's going to fall off.
That was my same ideology. Bankruptcy, everybody got bankruptcy. It don't matter if you got, I'm going to buy my house in cash. You can't take $1 million. You can't take cash.
My wife. Oh, my wife. Oh, my God.
That is me too. You my brother, okay? When I say I adopted you as my little brother, I meant that thing. You are my brother.
That is,
But look.
And that same cloth.
Listen.
I told Chance, so after I convinced him, I was like, baby, we gotta go. I didn't heard the voice of God. I'm telling you, something is waiting for us out there, right? He was like, all right, baby, look. Because first I told him, look, I'll go and come back and forth. He was like, no, you're not gonna do that, okay? I was like, okay.
Hey, trying to leave a brother
Listen.
I was gonna come back and forth though, right? I was gonna be bi-coastal.
And we had this much bi-coastal money.
We had no money.
Girl, we can't even be bi-coastal in North Carolina. You can't even go from the beach to Charlotte. You talking about LA. I can't even take you to south of the border and back. Bi-coastal.
And so we saved up for 9 months. We saved up $8,000 and moved to Los Angeles with a baby. And, my daughter was 3 when we moved here. And so we moved and literally had $8,000.
$8,800.
Because our rent was $1,500. We was like, we need to know that we can live for 3 months with our rent we paid, and we'll be able to get a job by then. Because we ain't no jobs, we ain't know nobody out here. And so we got here and been on the grind and ups and downs and ins and outs and oh my God.
16 years this year?
This year will be 16 years we've been here.
When life is going bad and you got a lot going on, you might need therapy. Kevin and I have started therapy. We have told you guys about this. It has quite literally been the biggest, single most productive, positive impact, not only in our relationship, but in our personal lives, meaning us as individuals, because ultimately I want to show up in this world as a better Melissa, and Kevin wants to show up in this world as a better Kevin, and thusly we show up better in our relationship. And this podcast today is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in less than 48 hours. They have a broad range of expertise available. And actually, my favorite part, Kevin and I talked about this a few episodes ago. If you need to break up with your therapist and you're one of those people that it is awkward and uncomfortable, they take out the awkwardness and the discomfort for you. And sometimes it is necessary to break up with your therapist. I kid you not, it is necessary. So many people are using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. A special offer for my Love Hour listeners. You will get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/LoveHour. All right, we're going to take a break from this episode to tell you one of the most adult things you can ever do and have in your house is plush, absorbent, sure, towels, cozy robes, and comfy lounge wear. Nothing says I made it in life than walking around your house in matching, non-hold, non-bleached lounge wear, or a nice cozy robe in the morning over some coffee, or having really beautiful towels in your bathroom, primarily your guest bathroom. Nothing says, honey, I done made it than that. We received from Brooklinen their towels. And when I tell you these jokers, first of all, it soaks up the water on your body, okay? All the water soaked up. It is plush. It is comfortable. It is soft. It is something you do not want to let go of. It is quite literally my favorite thing. So give yourself the comfort, refresh you deserve, and get it for less at Brooklinen. Go to brooklinen.com and use promo code LoveHour to get $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's Brooklinen, BROOKLINEN.com, and enter promo code LoveHour for $20 off with a minimum purchase of $100. That's brooklinen.com. Use promo code LoveHour. And now let's get back to the show.
Wow. Man. So what was it like when you got here? Because I know part of your story that's going around now is it's kind of like a dream deferred. You know, like I've seen some of your clips on acting, and I first saw, crazy enough, we know some of the same people, and we didn't even realize it. And you know, Auntie Karen and the girls.
Karen knows everybody.
Karen knows everybody. Everybody. The girls were the first people that watched our boys. Now the girls are in college. I just can't deal with it. That's another story for another day. But you know, on TikTok, you have blown up. Y'all, I first saw y'all well, it was Tab and her brother. Show us do the renegade.
Best, I still don't know the dance.
And then I went on TikTok to make dad jokes, and you were just going crazy up there. But take us back, because this is the part now, but take us back to when y'all was struggling and walk us through how you got from there to here.
Well, you know, when we first got here, you know, when you hear the voice of God, right, and you hear this thing, and when you hear a voice that sounds like thunder that says, this is not the life I planned for you, you know something is waiting.
Yes.
In my mind, I thought when we get there, it's about to be on. Honey, they waiting for me. And then we got here and nobody was here waiting.
Bruh. Ain't that's the realization that we had to, like, these people ain't waiting on you at all.
At all. Matter of fact, they don't even know you exist.
They ain't looking out for you. You are just one. This city chews people's dreams up and spits them out, and don't nobody care.
No.
I can't even tell you how many people done came here, moved, and I feel bad because some last 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, but you gotta have, it's a lot.
You really gotta have patience. And there has to be something inside that keeps pulling you, right? When we first came, we were here just a couple months and my mom started getting sick back in North Carolina. And she was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS. So my whole world stopped again. For the next 3 years, I went back and forth to North Carolina to help take care of my mom until she passed away. And during that process, Chance was in the police academy, which was probably the hardest time in his life. So I'm dealing with my mom transitioning. He's dealing with that. We're at odds we don't get to see each other. We fighting all the time, honey. We together, but we ain't together because we ain't on the same page. It's just, it was the roughest time. And finances, what finances, right? He took that job. Our original plan was, you gonna, go take this job and it's got good benefits and, the pay is good so that I can pursue my dream. And then because I used to be like, and then I'm gonna blow up, and then I just take you on out of there. Like, give me about 5 years. Give me about
literally the same person.
Don't you even worry about. I'm gonna pay your job off in cash. Like, I'm gonna pay your boss in cash for your salary. That don't even make sense. I'm giving people cash.
And literally, I've had these exact conversations with Kevin verbatim.
Yes, this literally was how I thought things, right? And so, after my mom passed away, I kind of, I jumped right into doing as much as I can, a bunch of little, like, indie films. I think I did like 5 back-to-back features, but they were indies. That's when Blockbuster was a thing, and, movies would go straight to Blockbuster. We hope some of those movies died with Blockbuster. But I did that, but still all small victories, never anything big. A couple commercials here and there, but I never really booked the big thing.
Hey, let me jump in right here.
Oh, yes.
However, and I'm sure you can relate to this, Melissa, every time she booked any little thing, it was the thing that was going to take off and she was going to blow up.
You're talking shit! What you mean it ain't gonna have cars? Of course! This movie called 3 Grasshoppers and a Baby is my ticket to the top. It is directed by a 5-year-old, man. This guy is a prodigy. You understand me? I'm out.
This is the one, baby.
And I don't know a whole lot about the industry, right? I don't know a lot about the industry. So in the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, babe. Okay, what does that mean? I'm always like, what does that mean? And she would be on 9, on 10, and then nothing.
Hey, his only question always, well, how much they gonna pay you? Right now, they ain't got the budget.
Hey, all this
free exposure.
I mean,
all this free work,
when it
exposure,
get bought.
And I'm saying, okay, so you
gotta let it go through the cycle, babe. You gotta let it. It's gonna go.
All these years.
You gotta see the man. You worried about money right now? I gotta build my resume. Sam Jackson ain't make it till he was 47.
I always wanted to know this. Hey, Kev, let me ask you this. Who was y'all paying all them dues to? That's what you gotta pay your dues.
I don't know who got the dues. I ain't got no receipt for the dues. I don't even know who I was paying it to. The dues person is filthy rich. He ain't gave me nothing.
We ain't getting no tax deduction.
It's supposed to be a mountain, okay? Mountain dues, okay?
And listen, why does the person who gets paid the dues get all of the dues? Cable bill. The cable bill, we got to put something on it. We always got to put something on the cable bill.
Oh my God. I've never more.
So right. That's all I wanted to say.
I gotta turn the AC on. I'm so hot. It never sounds crazy to me though. It all makes sense to me.
Yeah, we just needed to win the film festival.
This film festival is in someone's backyard. This is not Sundance.
Wait,
it's moonwalk.
I'd be like, babe, they doing a premiere. We gotta get dressed up. Let's go. We're going to, and so I done sold it because I'm leaving. Then we show up and it's literally in somebody's backyard.
Hey, and listen, I done spent all my last little cable money and everything on this and it. You understand what I'm talking about? This is
She's like, babe,
it's like 6 people
we
here.
done wasted money on an outfit.
Yo, when I had my Family Exchange movie premiere, it sat 700 people in there. I had 32 people all spread out. I was like, y'all come sit together at least so we can take a picture, and I'll just crop out the rest of it. I'll make it dark in the back. There's 32 people in there.
The envision. It's the envision of it all.
I got one more thing. This between me and Melissa. This between me and Melissa.
What happened to me and you, Chance?
Nah, bro. No, bro.
We was boys when you was in 8th grade.
I've been waiting on this for 16 years. Hey, so listen, I just want to ask you one question, Melissa.
Okay.
Did it get to a point to where it's just impossible for you to match his energy when he come home with that excitement, and then he get bothered by you?
Like, you don't believe in me.
And now I'm the enemy.
No, don't you understand? Tyler Perry was homeless. We haven't even been homeless yet. You don't want it bad enough.
You don't want it. You don't want this life. You don't believe in my dreams. The Lord spoke to me. I've been trying to tell him.
She'll come in that we about to make it, babe. This the one, and I'll be like, well, that's good, babe. Cool. All right, we're good. And then she'll be like, you ain't excited with me. And I'm like,
you are a dream killer.
Hey, Tam,
dream.
I gotta get up.
I am a realist.
Why don't you believe in me? What are these 7 failures you're gonna hold against me for the rest of my life? This is the 8th film festival.
Okay.
It's in a park this time. I am graduating from backyard.
I just want, hey Melissa, I ain't had a chance to talk to nobody like you in all these years. I ain't gonna say anything else.
I've never related to a couple more than right now.
Hey, listen, I booked my first commercial where I got residuals. You couldn't tell. Okay? I said, you see that? All those times that you did not believe that I was about to be rich.
Damn! When I got that Spectrum commercial, I was like, looks like I'm on TV after all. Oh, another commercial? A third commercial? Wow. Oh, I'm in the mailbox too. Looks like somebody was right about something worth it.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, for the record, it was not that we did not believe.
Say that.
But how long can a person hold this expression?
That was fantastic, by the way.
Oh man, listen.
Fantastic.
You feel crazy until somebody be crazy like you, and you be like, I told you I wasn't crazy. And I feel like in order to make it in this industry, you have to have some sort of insane belief in yourself, because there's a crazy amount of rejection that you face, and you really got to keep out. And the thing I tell people is when you audition, they don't even tell you didn't get it. You just don't hear nothing.
Or you just see the advertisement.
And I done seen things I auditioned for, thought I was hearing back, and now I'm watching the episode air like, but y'all go in production the day I auditioned, y'all, you knew you weren't going to give it to me.
Why did y'all even bring me?
You knew who you wanted. Save us both some time.
You ever had them auditions where you think they lost your number? They probably wanted to. You know what? I didn't put the right number on the thing. They probably looking for me. But
I love this.
So
a lot of that. It was a lot of ups and downs. Never any big breaks.
No.
And then we decided to take a break and have another baby. We was like, what I told Chance, I said, you know what I know for sure, Hollywood ain't going nowhere. It'll be there when I get there.
Yeah.
So let's have another baby. And I went and got a regular 9-to-5 job so we can have steady income coming in at that time. And that was the plan for that was I'm gonna work this job for 2 years and then go back into my acting after the baby is born. Of course, that 2 years didn't turn it. I got stuck because I had the money, you know. And then I got sick after that, and that's the only reason I started doing videos.
That's right. Okay.
Before I ever started doing videos, I was out trying to do stand up. Right before I started getting sick, I told Chance, I said, "Now I got it." They say it's easier for comics to get TV shows. So I'm gonna go out here.
Now we starting all over again. Chance, you got a whole new career. Forget the indie film, right? I'm gonna be a
I had
big
it all
star.
wrong. I know what it is now.
I'm gonna get discovered on one of these open mics. And babe, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna blow up.
Hey, but you know, with that, I enjoyed that. That when I was helping her with the jokes, and that was fun. And at this point, and I'm sure you too, Melissa, you go through all of this with these crazy people, and you kind of evolve.
I thought you were talking about Hollywood. That's me and Tab.
That's personal. That was personal.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
I was clear.
Just want to make sure. I was unsure, but I got it now. I'm a crazy person.
I'm talking about y'all. You kind of evolve into a. You take a liking to it. They your crazy people. You know what I mean? So it's like, and with me, if I got a stressful job, you know, and I'm dealing with world issues and all, you know, people. So I can't dream the way that my wife dreams.
Right.
Right. It's not. It wouldn't. I don't think it's healthy with my line of work for me to be that way. So she's my dog in the fight. Is what I like to say. So when she was doing the comedy thing, it was like me being on the stage. So it was a different kind of thing. And I felt like she was controlling her own destiny, and it was opening the door for people to truly see who she really is. It's an act, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like what I would have to see her conform to when she was going to the audition.
Right.
Right. So for years, I would get offended.
Oh yeah, he hated the industry for
I hated the industry because I'm rooting for my wife. I felt like my wife was the best. She the best. What you talking about? That's the best that controls over you. Oh man, forget. You know, I was hating on everybody in my house, to be honest with you. So, but with the comedy thing, it was kind of confirming what I was thinking. I was always telling her, babe, be yourself.
Yeah.
I was still scared to be me.
Be yourself. And when she got on the stage, I was like, do you hear all these people are responding? That's you on the stage. Not the character that they trying to mold you in to be.
Right.
So, and you know, I was invested a little bit more in a different way. I've always supported her, but I was invested a little bit more when she got up on that stage. That was fun to me. I was
starting to finally be a little free.
Yeah.
Just a little
find your voice.
Right, because for all these years, even from working corporate America and to acting, I was told, cover your accent.
Yeah.
Be a certain size, wear your hair one way. So I mean, if you go back and look at my old stuff, you're like, where they get Tab? I was always trying to fit in. He would always tell me, forget that, just be yourself. I'm like, I can't though, because this is what they want.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't until I got sick and I couldn't do stand up, I couldn't audition, I couldn't do anything. I was sick for over a year and a half. And I literally thought I was gonna die. That's how sick I was. And I had my come to Jesus moment in the bathroom where I asked God, I said, God, if you heal me, you can have me. Of me. You can have me, and I will go on this journey ahead of, and it'll only be what you tell me to do. And a couple weeks later, I had a dream, and I saw myself on a show. And in this dream, I was free. I had my hair in a little afro. I was spoke with my accent. I was just happy. And I woke up and I was like, Lord, now my dreams have always meant something. They either come to pass or they show me signs. And I prayed and I said, God, now I ain't out here auditioning or anything. In this moment, I'm sick. What was that? And I heard a voice that said, start doing videos. And I was like, videos? I don't do
I am an actress.
I don't do crack. Crack is cheap. Crack is
I had really believed that if you did videos, you weren't taken serious in Hollywood.
Oh, no, that was absolutely true.
Yeah.
At one point in time.
At one point, that's how it was. And I also thought that I had won an Oscar, okay? And I was above a video. In my mind, I don't know, this long resume I had. But God was very adamant. He said, start doing videos. I was like, videos? Why would I do a video?
Yeah.
And he said to me, when you out doing stand-up, trying to get a show, you was reaching 15, 30 people a night. You start doing videos, you reach thousands in minutes. And I thought,
Tab, the same exact thought I had.
No lie. The exact same
I
thought.
said there's only 300 people max at this comedy club that can ever see me. The internet is endless. 300 views is low for a video, and that's a max of 300 people. That's crazy.
Doing stand-up, the exact
same thing. Like, I gotta get in front of more people. The internet is bigger than the stand-up comedy clubs.
Wow.
Listen, I was
talking to both of us. He was sending us the same text, like, "Oh yeah, Kev, you know what, Tab?
I was literally fighting against it though, because I was just so hesitant. And then God reminded me. He said, "Remember, a couple of weeks ago, you told me, whatever I ask of you, if I heal you, you do whatever I ask." And I was like, "Oh, you caught me on a bad day."
Girl, God be petty sometimes when he reminds you of the stuff that already told you. God, you didn't have to do me like that.
He be talking like Thanos. Look where you are. You did all that to come right back to me.
Right.
I know I told you that, but I don't need you to remind me.
Right.
And so that is literally the only reason I started doing videos. And when I first started, it would be 30 people watching, a couple hundred views. And I'd be like, really, Lord, 1,000 in minutes? Like, where they at? Where the thousands at? And we were broke. Or I ain't had no savings. Chance was still working, but I had been on disability for over a year. Now that I was feeling better, after we did a 30-day vegan challenge, after watching What the Hell. And that's what made me start feeling better. And after that, I told Chance, I was like, I think I'm gonna go vegan.
Okay.
And we did it together. We did 30 days together, right? The first 10 days, the headache I had every single day for a year and 7 months disappeared.
Wow.
And I started feeling better day after day after day. And so we got to the 29th day, and I told Chance, I said, I know that this was supposed to be a 30-day vegan challenge, but I know tomorrow is over, but I think this is my path. I'm going to go vegan. And Chance said, that's good, babe. Tomorrow, I'm going to need a piece of chicken.
Just so we're clear. My road ends here.
He didn't just say, I'm going to eat meat. I need a piece of chicken. This chicken been on my calendar. I got a drawing of a drumstick on the first of the month.
The Obama special tomorrow.
And I mean, I always tell people that because sometimes you got to make decisions that may change your life, and you have to be willing to go on it alone.
Ooh, message.
So I was like, okay, that's cool for you, but this is my journey. I'm going vegan. And the moment I said it out my mouth, the same voice I had heard that told me to start doing videos whispered in my ear and said, now tell people what you're eating. And that's literally, I was like, oh Lord, I gotta go in here and tell the people I'm going vegan and like permanently. In the process of us doing our 30 day, had also shaved off all my hair. And I was like, oh Lord, they're gonna be like, we knew eventually she was gonna lose her mind out there in Hollywood. She
I thought she was Britney Spears.
Right. And so I started doing videos, and I said, you know what, y'all, I'm going vegan, and when I do, I'm gonna just tell y'all about these vegan options that I find. So I would cook in my kitchen, and I would, do product reviews of vegan food when I found them, and still no one was really watching my videos. So about October, I told Chance, I was like, I'm feeling better now. I want to be able to start auditioning again. You know what? I'm gonna go drive Uber, because I'm probably gonna get discovered in my car, pick up a director or a producer.
Here we go again, Melissa. Here we go.
That's every time.
You know what's crazy about this, Chance? I know that's not what happened. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, Tab, that is gonna happen. It's a document. You're gonna pick up Steven Spielberg in an Uber X. This makes perfect sense to me.
I knew I was gonna pick up. I knew this. Okay.
Go, Tab, go. It's cool. It's gonna work. I didn't even realize. I was like, yep, yes. This is perfect.
However, I told him, I said, I'm gonna probably get discovered in my car. And I believe that, right? So that December 30th, when I was dropping somebody off at a Whole Foods, and I'm still new on my vegan journey, I said, ooh, Whole Foods be having good vegan options. I'm gonna go ahead and give me some breakfast. Put myself on an Uber break, okay? So they had a TTLA sandwich with vegan bacon. I was like, ooh, I ain't never heard of that. Tempeh bacon. Let me try that. Add a pickle. Honey, sat in my car because I'm on my break. Ate the first half of the sandwich so fast that I was like, oh, I got to do a video to tell people I found us another vegan option.
Okay.
So I'm in my car, I do the video, post it, turn my notifications off. I go home back to drive an Uber. By the time I get home that evening and turn my phone on, that video had over 50,000 views. And I was like,
wow.
who's watching this video? Next morning had over 100-some thousand. I told Chance, I said, babe, I think I'm going viral. And he was like, what that mean? I said, I don't know. But
why you say you're going viral? What do you mean? I don't know. It's happening.
And then he said, well, you gonna make some money? I said, I don't know.
Something about that dollar.
Hey, look, hey, let me go and put this uniform on. Don't put it.
This is so nice. You being viral.
No, all right, I gotta go to work.
Check associated with virality.
Now, mind you, every day I was consistent. Since I heard the voices say, start doing videos, I was consistent. Every day I was doing videos in my kitchen. Every day, cooking. And Chance would be like, you doing another video in here?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, babe, God told me to do. He was like, you got these people looking through our house.
Hey, I'll be walking through the house getting off work, and she'd be talking about, shh. I got the people online.
I can't even go in the refrigerator in my house.
I can't even go. I just been working all
And I'm paying for? I'm confused.
Everybody else's
He would have an attitude.
I am Chance. Chance is me. We are we.
You talking about come and say hey to the people on.
No, I don't want to say hey. I want to take off this uniform.
Just come be in my video. I'm trying to get your numbers up. Come rock with me, man.
Hey, look.
I am tired.
If you go back to the first couple months, you see Chance like this. What's up? Or you would just hear his voice. You hear his voice, but you never seen him.
Hey,
so
I'll pop on there and be like, man, hey, y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all in my house.
Oh yeah, he was like, he used to call the people them people. That video went viral. In 4 days, Whole Foods reached out, and I partnered with them and became their brand ambassador. Right?
Wow.
Right. And after that, every time I went live, it was thousands in minutes. Every time I posted a video, thousands in minutes. Right? And not only that, don't forget, I sat in my car eating a sandwich doing my video. I said I'm gonna get discovered in my
your car.
And
don't ask me, bro, what I say.
God is the director.
Okay. Come on.
Hey, so Kev, guess what I be doing now?
You ain't did your video today. You better get on there.
You said you're gonna be on at 11.
You know what time it is. I didn't see your video go up.
When it started to roll in,
get on there.
Chance would be like, ain't you got a video or something?
Ain't you got?
Listen, let me tell you what, Melissa was Chance. I don't want to be in no video. Don't ask me, no nothing. Now she like, can you tell me when you're going live so I don't make sure we go live at the same time. Oh, going live at the same time. Oh, are we crossing each other now?
Look, now he's talking about, I was thinking I want to do a podcast.
Oh, really? Yeah, you don't think maybe?
Hey, Melissa, they owe us that, don't they?
Listen.
Hey, look,
I can change my mind. That is called evolution and growth.
Keep them on schedule. It's 11.
It's 11. I already put the lights up. All you got to do is walk in.
And then when I got on TikTok in March, okay, because I went for 2 years, I kept doing videos. I toured the country, telling my story, made some great strides, money, and was doing well. And then my daughter was like, Mom, you should get on TikTok. I was like, girl, why in the world would I get on TikTok with them kids? She was like, because you're so like loving and stuff. I think you'd be a good like mom figure on there. I was like, I ain't doing that. Then somebody from Whole Foods reached out and was like, you ever thought about getting on TikTok? I was like, well, now wait a minute. You think I should get on there?
Hey, you think I should? My baby said the same thing.
I said the same thing. So I was like, well, let me get on here. I really did just want to do the renegade dance first. I was like, let me and my brother figure out how to do that first. That's the first video that went viral.
That was just March of this year?
Hey, yeah.
March 7th was my first video.
Wow.
March 7th was your first TikTok?
Yes, March 9th was my first cooking TikTok.
What you talking?
Talking 3 million today followers.
Come on.
Crazy.
Man.
Two old people not knowing what they're doing.
Listen, but here's the thing. This is what I love, Tab. The reason you work is working because you are you. Right. And there ain't nobody else like you. I'm on TikTok all day. It is the same type of video over and over it. Same dance challenge, same everything. Nobody's doing. I'm not quiet as kept, Tab. I ain't gonna hold you. I done seen some chefs trying your TikTok. I done seen, but they ain't got what you got.
My fans be tagging, talking about you trying to be at Tabitha. I be like, y'all stop doing it. Y'all stop.
Listen, I could give you my Rolodex, but you can't make the calls I can make. If it ain't me, it ain't me. I get it, right? That's how the industry is, but you can't do what Tab can do. It's just something about her voice. You don't have her voice. She got that aerial. So is that TTLA? I see a lot of our fans who are watching us on Patreon saying, I've been watching Tab since TTLA. Yeah, is that the name of the sandwich?
Yeah. And, the funny thing is I said the name of the sandwich wrong. I called it the TTLA. And so Whole Foods changed the name of the sandwich. And then
Shut up.
Yeah, it was only available here in Southern California, but they rolled it out nationwide within 30 days and it sold out every day for 6 months. It became a TTLA challenge. Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and ain't drove Uber since that day. Since the fourth day. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. And that's the truth. That's the God truth. And then, on TikTok, my videos started going viral that first week. Mm-hmm. And, I got 1 million followers in the first month. But I made some carrot bacon.
That's the second video. The Renegade one is the first one I saw. Yeah. And I was like, that looked like me and Liz trying to be with our kids, which is really relatable. Like, man, they be dancing fast on TikTok. It got a lot of moves. I can't keep up. And then I saw the carrot bacon and I was like, that looks fire. And I seen the sushi one you made with the carrots. You juiced the carrots and then used the other side of the juice. So I was like, that's the trash part. You done made that the sushi.
So good. It's so good. But that carrot bacon, I think in maybe a week or a couple of days, it had like 12 million views.
Wow.
And it just went crazy. And the crazy thing is, I'd have made that carrot bacon on Facebook. I'd have made that carrot bacon on Instagram before. Nobody said nothing. I mean, they thought it was great. They that's good. I'm gonna make it. But I made it on TikTok, and it just went crazy. And that's how this whole new wave in the last 30 days has taken off, and it blessed us. And that's what opened the doors for me the coronavirus, of course, shut everybody down. So people have been drawn to their phones and to, the internet. And I always, I jokingly say, the Lord said, let me shut the world down so they can see you for a second. I honestly, I told you, I said, I know my mama up there on God like this. Let me tell you something. I want you to show, I want my daughter to do this. He's wearing his shoulder out, okay? She was like, but wait, I got one more thing that I wanted you to do for her, because remember, you had said, but literally, it has blown my mind. And it literally opened doors that only God can open.
Are you looking for a healthcare provider? Are you looking for a local doctor who will take your insurance? Nothing is worse than scheduling an appointment, going into the office and realizing that they don't take your insurance, child. Nothing will make you hotter than fish grease than taking yourself to an appointment and realizing they don't take your insurance, and now you got to pay out of pocket. Child, if it ain't happened to you, you should shout right now. Well, if that's ever happened to you, then you need to download the free Zocdoc app. That's Zocdoc app. With Zocdoc, you can search for local doctors who take your insurance. You can then read verified patient reviews, because everybody knows I love a good review. Book an appointment in person or video chat. Whether you need a primary care physician, a dentist, a dermatologist, a psychiatrist, eye doctor, or other specialist, Zocdoc has you covered. Go to Zocdoc.com/lovehour and download the Zocdoc app to sign up for free. I use Zocdoc to find a dermatologist. Y'all know I be struggling and fighting with my skin, so I've been trying to find actually one that I used, and then I needed to back up because he be busy. So I was like, yo, listen, I need somewhere else to go. And Zocdoc said, girl, I got you. Don't worry. Go in here, put in your zip code, where you live, what insurance you got, and voila, here's a list of potential dermatologist in your area that can take you. I made the appointment and got my situations taken care of. Zocdoc makes healthcare easy. Now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to Zocdoc.com/lovehour and download the Zocdoc app to sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor. Many are available as soon as today. That's Zocdoc, ZocDoc.com/lovehour. And now let's get back to the show.
Man. So is it crazy? Because I think, so I used to tell Melissa, I thought I was going to be a great long before. Just NBA, I thought it was that. That wasn't it. The dream was right. The vehicle was wrong. I mean, I could hoop, but not like they could. But what is it like to finally see this success in a industry that didn't even exist when you came here when you were 19? That didn't even exist at all in any shape or form when you first came. What is that like?
I mean, it didn't even exist when we came back in 04.
Right.
Oh, it sure didn't.
Exist then. I mean, we had MySpace, but it won't like this.
No, there wasn't no influencers on MySpace.
No. You know, it feels purpose. Right? It was like God's purpose for me, because it was never my intention.
Right.
So this is something that He used to bring me forth and to make my, dreams into a reality. But it still blows my mind. Like Chance say all the time, he's like, these people just be watching us to watch us. I'm like,
it blows my mind.
Yeah.
It blows our mind every day, and to just be able to be myself, free. I'm so grateful, so very thankful for that. Because I mean, I did it wrong for a long time.
Yeah.
I did it wrong for a long time, but I'm thankful that I did it that way because now I have a story to tell.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can hopefully help other people who are just starting to do it wrong and say, don't even go down that route. You are enough, know.
So good.
That's definitely what it has done. It has let me know, it confirmed for me, I'm enough. I've always been enough. My husband has always said, babe, just be you. So now, he rubs that in my face sometimes, like, I told you could have.
But I told you. All I'm saying is, I was right as well.
You know what's great about this? This is what I really like about you guys. It doesn't work if there's two Tabs or two Chances or two me's or two Melissas. You need that balance of crazy and stable to do it. Because I would make ridiculous. If Melissa didn't reel me back in, there's no telling what I would do. And you need the Tab to be like, man, we're going to do this, because then it creates opportunities that just regular, the jobs we're used to don't create. You know what I mean? So, but we couldn't have done it without, I couldn't have done it without Melissa. Tab couldn't have done it with and a lot of times in those dark days, this person is your number one fan. Your first follower who has followed you on every platform. And when the videos stink, they like, man, oh, well, shoot. I mean, we got to get back out there. You know what I mean? Like, when I have a bad set, Melissa, there have been times Melissa been like, this joke ain't working because you ain't did X, Y, and Z. You used to do it like that. And I'm like, oh, you're right. And then just fixed it like that. And that's what people don't understand. People always like, man, how could you do it with a family? Like, I couldn't do it without a family. I wouldn't be able to do it. That's my foundation. That's my grounding. That's what keeps me humble. I ain't out here chasing women and all that. I come home to dinner and laughs and kids, and you know what I mean? Like, for me, that's what makes it, worthwhile. And if I lost all of it, it would be like, man, that was crazy, man, when we had the nice house. All right, we live on the 4th floor of this.
Hey, remember that time that we was doing it?
Hey, we talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
What you just said, we talk about that.
Which is why we be like, let's not make a move. I'm so thankful that God is blessing us, but let us don't make a move too quick. Let's
think it through.
Think it through. Yeah. Because I used to be very much so let's not think about it. Let's just do it. But you grow, and thank God for the wisdom that comes along with growth.
Absolutely. 100%. I have a question that I think might be a fun question, since literally I am Chance, Kevin is Tab. And you say from each other, what have you learned? Like from her dreaming mind that she is, what have you learned or gleaned over the course of your marriage from her? And then what have you learned? You know what I mean? The opposite. Does my question make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what have I learned from her being a dreamer?
Yes.
That God is real. That God, I wasn't raised in the church. Couldn't give you a scripture. Couldn't, I can't tell you much outside of, I've always known that he was real, but my faith was kind of delicate, for lack of a better word. But I literally remember my mother-in-law prophesizing and my wife telling me things that are coming to pass every day.
Wow.
Every day. And watching her throughout this process, 22 years, there's no way that we could be right here where we are today if there's no God. If there's meant to be. And when I say it's been dead on, like literally, I remember my wife in 2006 or 7 working at Macy's, Westfield Mall, Century City, coming home, having discussions with her friends about agencies, just to give you an example. And she was very specific.
Wow.
One day, and I'm like, well, who is it was one would start with a W.
Oh, William Morris.
William Morris.
And
I'm like,
I walked by there at lunch today.
Because in my head, I don't know anything about these places, right? So
Right.
I'm like, well, what about the people over here off of Hollywood Boulevard? I see
I'm
the
like,
building. We can just, I thought, all the agencies was the same.
Yeah.
We'll
He was like,
forget
they
them.
showing the billboard where they say they having auditions. I'm like, you never go to those,
So-
babe.
Me, they all the same. And I remember my wife telling me and explaining to me what they were and saying that one day CAA is going to come for me.
Wow. And tell us, for those who don't know.
Yeah. So I remember her saying specific, like it's things that happen, and she was like, it's going to happen like this. Because
I would dream it, or God would speak to me, or my mama would tell me. And then it would be revealed to me again in a dream.
And I remember my mother-in-law telling me just certain things, and it goes in association with just being a dreamer and a believer.
Yeah.
Even when it doesn't happen how you, like when she said CAA, right? And she explained to me what it was. Because I couldn't see it happening over social media and all, I didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
My vision was small.
And
traditional, right?
Right.
But to see it now come to pass and all of it be so specific, yeah, that is definitely my answer to that question. It has definitely confirmed to me that God is real.
That was an amazing answer. And like I said, for all you guys who don't know, Tabitha was just signed to CAA. How long? Just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, just last month. Mm-hmm.
Last month.
I literally, I worked at that Macy's for 5 years. That was my first job when we moved to LA. And I would take my little lunch break, honey, and I would walk around CAA. I was like, one day, God, one day. Every time I went to an event there, I went to an event a couple years ago. I would go to a screening. I think I maybe went to like 4 or 5 events there. When I would get in the elevator, I would just touch the wall. And I would say, oh, God, this feel like home. One day, God, one day.
Wow.
Come on in here, Ty. You better claim it. Yeah, that ain't bullshit. Watch the elevator. Wash your hands because the Rona is out. But you got to touch it. The Bible says, now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundant above all you could ever ask or think. It's not your fault, Chance. You couldn't dream big enough because what God has was bigger than you could have dreamed anyway. Come on.
That's right. Because he said it's more than you can.
Yes.
Oh, come on in here.
And I would tell Chance that. Listen, it would be so many days that we would be having the worst time. Bad days going through financially. And I would say, babe, don't worry, we're going to be rich one day. God already told me. But can you imagine? Because I didn't know when. I just knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Again, and we just had this conversation with his friend Ty, the one that
Ty? You still cool with Ty?
Yeah, man. That's it. He like my brother.
Yeah, don't talk about Tab.
Hey.
You told him he was a sucker. Okay.
Yeah, he's a sucker, bro. Don't hit, you know.
Hey, look, we just had this conversation with him the other day. He said, "Can you imagine?" He was like, "Cause he's been knowing me since I've been pursuing. He's been knowing me since '98. You know, since we've been together." He said, "But can you imagine telling somebody you can have everything you dream of, but I need you to give it 22 years?"
Mm.
And he said most people would do that and say, "No." He said, "You cannot stop."
Wow.
I've been doing this for 20. I've been pursuing something for 22 years, and it's just now starting to happen.
Wow.
But I worked while I waited.
Yeah.
Hey, Tab! Oh, yeah! I worked while I waited? Listen, watch this. God, come on, God. I hear you so clear, Holy Ghost. When they came down to anoint King David, where was David?
What was he doing?
David was out there working.
Yes, he was.
Bring me your son. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't. Surely there's another one. Oh, David couldn't be him.
Couldn't be David.
Where was David, Tab? He was out there working while he was. And guess what? The anointing process isn't the time that you're king. Oh, he was. Hey, my boy. He was anointed and he still had to wait to walk in the king's shoes.
Yes.
Oh, come on, all over the building. Y'all touch your screen. It's all over. It's all over you, Tab. It's all over. You had to take a chance on God. Hey, yeah,
look. And you know, my kids is Choice and Quest. Those are our kids' names. So I said I took a chance. I made a choice, and now I'm on the quest.
Yeah, wasn't Tabitha in the Bible? Didn't she die and come back?
Yes.
Dorcas?
That's
the pastor that spoke that message to you that changed your life.
It is.
Shut your mouth.
No, our pastor spoke directly to her.
Told me to get up.
Get up! Ah!
Shut your mouth.
Yep.
No, that was a real message. He spoke to Melissa and said, "Get up," because she wasn't teaching. She wasn't doing nothing.
I was going through it.
And he stopped the whole message and looked right at Melissa.
He called me to the front.
Get up, Tabitha. And he called her Tabitha.
He sure did. I kid you not.
Real, true.
We just told the story on the Love Hour.
True story.
Shut.
True story, Tab. No lie.
And you know, funny enough, I never knew growing up that my name was biblical, right? It wasn't until, you know, my mother got called to ministry when she was sick, right? And so as she began to really, really get into the Bible, I mean, I grew up in the church, but not like this. And she told me one night, she said, "You know, I named you from Bewitched." Because
oh yeah. TV show.
They didn't have another name planned for me because they thought I was a boy, and I came out, hello, a girl. So they couldn't name me Jermaine Jackson then. I had to come up with something quick. And so she said, I named you Tabitha from Bewitched. She said, but as I've been studying, God has revealed to me, this is exactly who you are. Because, you know, she was a seamstress. I used to make clothes.
Wow.
Serve the people. She was always trying to help. And she was like, that is who you are.
Wow.
And, you know, the crazy thing is, too, is when my mom was sick, her last year of life, me and Mama talked about so many things. But one of the things she told me, one night, my mom was on a ventilator her last year of life. So, you know, she was still at home, but in the hospital bed. And she couldn't move because of the ALS. So I would get up throughout the night to check her. And this one night particularly, I got up to check her. It was about 3 a.m, and she was glowing, just glowing and beaming, smiling, but just crying, but just full of joy. And I said, Mama, what in the world are you doing awake? What is going on? She said, I mean, she couldn't even hardly get it out. She was just crying. She said, God just showed me your life, what it's going to be. And I said, what is it? Can you tell me? She said, I can't tell you. She said, but what I will tell you is before any of it happens, you will have had a son first. I said, well, Mama, I ain't having no more kids. You know, it's just, we got the two.
Why are you still questioning your mom? At this point in your life, when was you going to learn? She told you when you was in 8th grade and you still wouldn't listen. Yeah, how many times she got to tell you, Tab?
Listen, I can tell you stories from my mama that'll blow your mind even more, okay? But she told me that. She said, before any of it happens, you will have had a son first. And she said, it's going to be amazing. And when it happens, all you will have had to do was answer your phone and say yes.
Wow.
No auditioning, none of that. You'll just answer your phone and you'll say
offer only. Come on in here.
That's what will happen. And so when me and Chance, years later, we literally, because I got my bonus daughter, his oldest, and we had choice. The girls were 6 years apart. We couldn't afford to have no more kids.
Yeah.
We woke up the same morning and looked at each other and said, you want to have a baby?
Wow.
I said, yeah. He said, I think I want to try for a son. And I was like, I think I want to try for a son too. Wow. And it literally.
And listen, that's not broke people talk.
No. We don't
That's joy.
A kid is the most, even rich people are like, man, I don't know, man. I only got 20 million. I don't know if I got enough for a kid.
Yes.
Them kids will take everything from you.
Yes. And literally we went to the doctor to, get a physical and stuff. And the doctor told me, she said, well, you've been on birth control for 10 years. It's going to be a little difficult, in the beginning. If you may take you about 6 months before you start ovulating. The next month I was pregnant with my son.
Why they question God?
Wow.
6 months. How dare you?
And so now, and my mother, her favorite number was the number 8. She said 8 is always a sign of new beginnings. Her birthday was on December 8th. My son just turned 8 in March.
Wow.
And all of this is happening now. My new beginning.
Oh my God.
I'm literally, every day I am blown away, but not surprised.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And Chance always say, the crazy thing is, so you know how he always say, every time something happened, I'd be like, babe, this it. Now, I haven't done that once, and he's scared. He's like, you ain't doing what you're doing.
Hey, I'm telling you guys, listen, it's. I had to go to her and sit her down and say, hey, you okay? Am I overreacting this time?
Our dynamics are off right now. You supposed to do this. That was your cue. You missed it.
This feels like it.
He's like, now this feel like when you're supposed to be doing
this. This feels like it. And she just kind of like calm.
I'm like, okay, babe.
And I'm listening in on some of these meetings and all right. I'm ear hustling.
You was getting excited over the backyard thing.
Yeah. I'm sitting here and I'm like, that sounds pretty big. Hey, look, Kev, I didn't Google this person, and this person is the real deal. This ain't like the dude you did the movie with 15 years ago. I Googled him.
I Googled him.
Okay.
I fact checked. This is legit. This is where you get excited.
IMDb thing.
Yeah, he got
thing.
that IMDb thing. He was this person, and I'm like, so why you ain't calling everybody and telling everybody, why we ain't talking about me coming out of work no more? Like,
I was gonna be, you was supposed to take me off my job. I went to work yesterday.
This seemed real right here.
Yeah,
like,
I'm on the Zoom. I'm having a really major meeting, right? And Chance sitting on the edge of the table. I'm done with the meeting. I mean, this is a big meeting.
Yeah.
I get off. He said, now, at what point is we gonna talk about me? Cause that sound like the one right there. Now, what we doing? I said, babe, you know I got you.
Hey.
You're a priority, babe.
Hey, so hey, Melissa. So look, I'm so glad to have met Kev. You a cool guy, man. But I'm so glad to have met your wife, man. So.
We was boys for the first 30 minutes, boy, until y'all moved to LA. It ain't been the same since.
Wow. Listen. Hey, so look, I'm just sitting back like, okay.
Oh, God.
All these years.
I paid dues.
Yeah, all these years when you talk, hey, every little thing. It could be she just came across somebody and gave them a headshot. We about to blow up. Right? Now these people sitting in here and talking about numbers and all of this, and I'm sitting here and she just calmly just typing away and moving on to the next meeting, and the agents and this team of people calling and all of this, and I'm sitting back like, I'm gonna give it a day.
Yeah, this is not a drill. this is real.
And Tabs have made it so many times in her mind, she already been here.
And I feel, but you know what it is, and this is why I told Chance. I said all the other times, right? I was so excited because my spirit probably was not even settled. And so the flesh was just like this. But now I'm settled because I'm home. I'm supposed to be, right? And I'm excited. I'm grateful. Listen, I have so much gratitude, but I feel positioned, right? So I feel like he placed me here, and that's why I can move in a calm manner.
That's so good.
I'm also in no rush.
Tabitha!
You can't just give me anything, and I don't care about how much money is on it. Because now I know who I am.
Yeah.
Girl, Tab, let me tell you something. I ain't gonna say no names, okay? I done met some people that I'm talking about thought was gonna change my life 20 years in the past.
Yeah.
They sent me a deal and I'm like, no. 20 years ago, Kev, I would have signed in blood.
Yesterday.
And now, you know what? When you know who you are and you know what you bring to the table, you can't sign bad deals because you don't need them.
No.
Only good deals.
Only
because the best leverage you can ever have
is being able to say no.
Is being able to say no.
No. Yep.
When you don't, I really don't need this.
I don't.
Well, then you know what they start to say, Tab? Well, what makes sense to you?
Yeah.
How do we make this? Well, now you're speaking my language.
Oh, you come back to me now.
But when you can only say yes, they got you in the palm of your hand. But when you can say no, now we negotiate.
We literally, in the last 2 weeks, I have turned down 2 really nice offers, right? So
Look at Chance, girl. Look at Chance.
I went in there, I said, hey, I just, I just said, this offer came in, but we said no to it. He said, wait. Wait a minute.
Who are you? And where is my wife?
First of all, we just saying no. We ain't talking about it.
Wait a minute.
I said, but babe, we bigger.
Wait a minute.
Bigger than that. I know my worth, and I'm worth more.
So hold up.
So yesterday, same thing happened. He said, well, babe, we blessed, thank you. I said, yes, but he said, because, I never dreamt of a day that we'd say no to something like that. And I'm on vacation. I'm not out of work. Okay.
Chad came and looked at the paperwork. Hold on, Chad. Let me just. Oh, you mean so you seen the zero? Okay.
Put my glasses on so you can see it.
Yeah, let me put my glasses on.
Hey, it was just like this right here. I said, hold up. Hold up, let me pause my game real quick.
I was like, he had a little headphone. He said, wait, I'm gonna call.
Hey, I was just
took his headphones off.
Dude, this is important.
Woo. He said, what now? But I tell you what I do know, and it just like Chance said, in August, right, of 2017, when we was doing our little vegan challenge, Chance came to me. He said, babe, let's go get your notebook. Let's go sit outside in the backyard. And let's write down everything we believe in God for.
Oh, that's good.
Now I'm not working. I just started feeling better, but I was on disability over here. My savings are gone. Yeah. And quite frankly, we was broke, and my husband is my partner, not my provider.
Yes.
And so we sat outside in our backyard and we each had a list. He had his list, I had my list. And everything on that list has come to pass.
Wow.
Zero money in the bank. Okay.
Yep.
I wrote on my list, I said in 2018, I want to buy a house. Lord, I don't know how, but I'm believing that I'm going to buy a house.
Wow.
In 2018. Okay. I want to pay off my debt, all my debt. I want to pay my car off. Lord, I want a new manager. I want to be able to get a manager who can take my career to the next level, Lord. Yes. I put on there, I want a new, what I had put was, I said, I want to book a commercial because I need about $10,000 of residuals.
Yeah. So
I put that down, right? And my other thing, the only thing that has not come up off my list was I want to retire my husband in 3 to 5 years. Wow. August will be 3 years.
Wow.
And my plan is to take my husband out of work. That is my plan. Because I don't feel right with my husband having to wear a bulletproof vest to work every day if he don't have to. Right. And I'm thankful. We are thankful that he has had this career that has provided for our family.
Right.
But if I can take him out of harm's way,
Yes.
that is, and we can just continue to build our empire together. Yes. That is my dream. And I know that if God took everything off that list, brought it into fruition, he'll do the same.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And to answer your question, Melissa, what I have learned through all of these years, where I am now, is that I know he truly is like, he loves me unconditionally. Because, honey, I done took him through, okay? Honey, if anybody with a sane mind, I also know that he got a little bit of crazy in him too, because anybody with a completely sane mind would have probably left with my big dreaming mind. Because I mean, I have went into some places in this head that he has allowed me to go and come back, and he's just forever been there, even when, you know, I got the craziest of ideas. However, I will say again, I was right.
Hello.
Listen, Tab is as petty as Chance was in 8th grade. She done went 45 minutes. However, I was right. I thought you was gonna talk about God. No.
The Lord had spoke to me, and he said, "This is not the life I planned for you."
Oh.
And here we are today, you know, looking at a mirror.
A mirror.
Bruh. Okay. We was living in LA. We lived in the same neighborhood, was at the same gym, and didn't even know it.
Didn't even know. And I remember Karen telling me years ago, "Oh, my friend Kev, he does videos." I was like, I don't know who you're talking about. It never clicked that it was you. Never. And I think I seen you one time at a distance in the Northridge Mall years ago. And I said, "Oh, that's the dude that be doing the little funny."
Hey, when she had said it was a video or something that you had did, and she was like, man, she was laughing at it, and she showed it to me.
The Waffle House.
And I said, "Oh, I seen him at my gym." I said,
wow,
say something to him.
Yeah, I said, go tell him they put me in the video.
I said, "Nah, I ain't gonna say none of that, brother. He might come for one of them videos."
Yeah, I was like, man, you see him over here trying to do these cooking videos and stuff. Maybe he want to do vegan stuff or something. Go when you at the gym the next time. This was like 2017.
I said, I ain't
go
messing
say
with that,
something to him.
Nope.
He was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that because you be talking about me on
the
video."
Literally, everybody says, "I ain't doing that so you can talk about me in the video."
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, God has brought us, you know, from a mighty, mighty long way. And we're able to still not only be together and love each other, but we still like each other.
Yes. So
man, that's gotta keep you, man.
Yeah.
During this pandemic, it is stretching people's relationship. Like how much can you, it's a lot. Pandemic is a lot of stress and strain in so many ways. And that love means a lot of things, but like, you can love, you know, Denzel Fisher said, "I love you." That means I put food on the table and clothes. I don't have to like it. Right. A lot of people living in these marriages with love and no like.
Right.
You know, so.
Love is a natural thing, right? We love by default. That's how we have a heart. It's how we were designed. That's how you can see somebody about to get hit by a car and instinctively want to save them.
Yeah.
We were designed that way, but you don't like by default.
Yes. That's good.
You look at people and know if you like them or not. You have to sit around them for a little bit.
Yeah.
But love doesn't go anywhere because you have a heart. But honey, you don't wake up every day and like each other.
Man, what you talking, Tab and Chan? What you talking? This has been
this was great.
I knew it was gonna be good, but I didn't know it was gonna be this good.
I feel
my cheeks hurt from laughing. It is confirmation. It is a mirror of a couple. Only thing that changed is the sex. But it is just, I have just had the time. And I really needed to have this episode. For me, Kevin, not Kev on stage.
And me, Melissa.
Kevin needed to have this episode. I'll let you close it out.
Okay. The reason we needed to have the episode just called us right now.
Right. Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you guys a million times over. I feel lighter, and it was precisely what we needed. So thank you guys so much. For anyone who is interested in following you on any platform, please tell them where they can find the both of you. And everyone is saying, please start that podcast, by the way.
See, I had to plug it out there to make them do it.
Yes.
I am Tabitha Brown everywhere, Tabitha Brown, or I am TabithaBrown.com. And yours is
what?
Tell your IG handle, babe. You know, he getting used to it.
Oh, I don't really. Oh, mine is for my little team.
Babe, you say that Team Chance Basketball.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Team Chance Basketball. The Patreon audience has enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode. I know Kevin did. Thank you guys. Your story was freaking phenomenal. Someone please put this in a book form and then make it a movie. Okay, these things need to happen. Thank you guys a million times over. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. That's it, y'all. Until the next time on the little video. Bye.
Bye.